Hello everybody and welcome to Dino Battle Championship. I'm your host Maltrick Braven and this is Season 1, Round 1. That's right folks, this is our very first fight of the season. We're going to get our fighters up right now and then we're going to head right into the action. First up we got the Quetzalcoatlus. Our second fighter is the Stegosaurus. Alright, let's get right on it. First up the Quetzalcoatlus. Oh, the Quetzalcoatlus begins to take the lead. The Stegosaurus lands a hit and knocks the Quetzalcoatlus back on his feet. This is a one-on-one. Currently we got 1 by 1. Quetzalcoatlus lands with a 4. The Stegosaurus gets knocked down, so the Stegosaurus is lost his lead. The Stegosaurus lands another hit, folks. But the Quetzalcoatlus begins to step up his game. Can the Stegosaurus match it? Ooh, the Quetzalcoatlus is hitting strong this time. The Stegosaurus has been knocked down. Ooh, that's another number 1 for the Quetzalcoatlus. Not a good start. The Stegosaurus lands another hit. One more hit and the Quetzalcoatlus is down. And the Quetzalcoatlus manages to get a hit on the Stegosaurus. Maybe there's hope yet. And the Stegosaurus, wow, manages to get knocked down by the Quetzalcoatlus with a rather weak attack. Now it's a 4x4, guys. Who will take this one? And the Quetzalcoatlus majorly steps up his attack with a number 6 attack. The Stegosaurus has been defeated, folks. That's right, the Quetzalcoatlus takes this round. Alright, next up, we got the Pteranodon. This is going to be an epic fight, guys. We got 2 flying pterosaurs here. Big wingspan versus rapid flight. Let's get on, folks. This is going to be an epic one, I'm telling you that. First up, the Pteranodon. I'm sorry, the Quetzalcoatlus. The Quetzalcoatlus lands the first hit and knocks back the Pteranodon. Quetzalcoatlus, sorry folks. Quetzalcoatlus lands a 6 attack and the Pteranodon is beaten down. Currently, the Quetzalcoatlus has this right in the bag, folks. Another strong hit. Oh, but the Pteranodon manages to draw him back this time. Right, so far, keeping him back. The Quetzalcoatlus lands a strong hit, and the Pteranodon just keeps him back. I can't believe this. The Quetzalcoatlus lands another hit, but loses somewhat of his strength, and the Pteranodon is managing to keep it even with him. Wow, this is a really close one, folks. The Quetzalcoatlus steps up his game with a number 6 attack. The Pteranodon finally has to give in, but not by much. Currently, the Quetzalcoatlus has a 3 against 0 for the Pteranodon. The Quetzalcoatlus seems to be weakened down, folks. And the Pteranodon manages to lose again. One more hit from the Quetzalcoatlus and the Pteranodon is down. That's a 4 for the Quetzalcoatlus and a 4 for the Pteranodon. Quetzalcoatlus, I'm sorry, man, I keep getting tongue-tied on this name. Hits back the Pteranodon with a number 6 attack. The Pteranodon, sorry folks, the Pteranodon is down, and that is pretty disappointing from the Pteranodon. He did not manage to land one hit on the Quetzalcoatlus. Alright, next up we got the Lambeosaurus going against the Quetzalcoatlus. And I just realized I have not been giving finishing moves, so I'm going to go ahead and do that starting here on out. I apologize for that, folks. Alright, let's get this match started. The Quetzalcoatlus first up. Oh man, that's a strong attack, number 6. and the Lambeosaurus is down 1. That's 1 for the Quetzalcoatlus. The Lambeosaurus is keeping him in a draw though so far. And the Quetzalcoatlus is weakened down. With the Lambeosaurus stepping up his game, he manages to land a hit on the Quetzalcoatlus. The Quetzalcoatlus steps right back up to the plate, and the Lambeosaurus is down again. Quetzalcoatlus goes down somewhat, and the Lambeosaurus manages to keep him right in his zone. The Quetzalcoatlus goes up just a bit, and the Lambeosaurus is down. I don't know about you guys, but I'm rooting for the Quetzalcoatlus here. Quetzalcoatlus lands with a 4 attack. The Lambeosaurus keeps him at bay, and the Quetzalcoatlus is down, with the Lambeosaurus taking that as an advantage. This is a 2x3, guys. Alright. Quetzalcoatlus goes for a 2 attack, and the Lambeosaurus steps it up. 3x3, we got a draw here. Quetzalcoatlus hits with the number 6 attack, the strongest of attacks. The Lambeosaurus falls back, and the Quetzalcoatlus only has to land 1 more hit, guys, and then he will have this one. That's a number 1 for the Quetzalcoatlus, and the Lambeosaurus steps it up, knocks him down. The Quetzalcoatlus is down, and there is a 4x4 here, guys. 1 more match. Let's see, can the Quetzalcoatlus step this one up? And he brought his A game here with a number 6 attack. The Lambeosaurus fights back with a 2 and loses to the Quetzalcoatlus. The Quetzalcoatlus is really stepping this one up, guys. He's taking down some tough players here. Alright, so now we got a Saurolophus, another duckbill, ornithopod, I should say. Big wingspan versus packed teeth. And I just realized, once again, I did not say the finishing move, guys. That was a 6, which was a mass extinction, so the Quetzalcoatlus lands a mass extinction on the Lambeosaurus. Let's see if he manages to get another one this time. Let's see how this goes. Alright, first up, the Quetzalcoatlus. Begins with a 6 attack from the Quetzalcoatlus. The Saurolophus falls back behind, and the Quetzalcoatlus lands a hit, automatically starting the match off. But the Quetzalcoatlus is falling back a little bit, and the Saurolophus is landing a hit on the Quetzalcoatlus now. Wow, guys, that's a number 6 attack from the Quetzalcoatlus. This guy's a beast. The Saurolophus is down again. Is anyone going to take down this Quetzalcoatlus? Oh man, sorry, off-camera attack. Let's go. Quetzalcoatlus hits with a 4. The Saurolophus is keeping him in a draw so far. Quetzalcoatlus steps it up again, and the Saurolophus is down again. That's a 3x1, guys. The Quetzalcoatlus is definitely weakened by after using his strength to the previous attack, and the Saurolophus uses that to his advantage, but not by much. Currently, the Quetzalcoatlus is still in the lead, guys, but severely beaten down. The Saurolophus is taking him on this time, guys. That's a 3x3. Now we're in a draw. Will the Saurolophus take this one? That's a 4 from the Quetzalcoatlus, and a 1 from the Saurolophus. 1 more from the Quetzalcoatlus, and he will have this one down. That's a 4 attack, and a 3 from the Saurolophus. So the Quetzalcoatlus finishes the Saurolophus off with a pack attack finishing move. I can't believe this guy. This Quetzalcoatlus. He could be our champion this time around. But how far can he make it? Alright, next up we got the Oloro Titan. Big wingspan versus herding instinct. Alright guys, let's get to it. Let's get to the action. The Quetzalcoatlus, number 3 attack. Oloro Titan is behind. The Quetzalcoatlus lands the first hit like usual so far. It's number 4 from the Quetzalcoatlus, and number 1 from the Oloro Titan. The Quetzalcoatlus lands another hit. And the Quetzalcoatlus lands a number 6 attack, with the Oloro Titan falling behind again. So far, the Oloro Titan has not hit one time. The Quetzalcoatlus is in the lead, and it does not look to change anytime soon. Oh, but the Oloro Titan surprises the Quetzalcoatlus with a number 6 attack. That is 1 for the Oloro Titan, guys. I gotta say, I didn't see that coming. The attack seems to have weakened down the Quetzalcoatlus. The Oloro Titan is now taking down the Quetzalcoatlus so far. It's a 3x2. One more and the Allura Titan will have exactly the same amount of hits so far as the Quetzalcoatl Atlas, who seems to be weakened down. The Allura Titan seems to be beating down the Quetzalcoatl Atlas quite to everyone's surprise. I didn't see this coming. Alright guys, so, but the Quetzalcoatl Atlas is not going down so far with our fight. That's a 6. With a 2 from the Allura Titan, one more and the Quetzalcoatl Atlas will finish him off. Who's gonna win this one, guys? Who's gonna win this one? That's a 4 from the Quetzalcoatl Atlas. He's going for the pack attack. But the Allura Titan fights back with the same move. That's 2 for the Quetzalcoatl Atlas. I think he's going down this time. Sorry about that. I just want to keep you guys in suspense. The Allura Titan is down. The Quetzalcoatl Atlas finishes him off with a number 2 Meteor Strike attack, if I was correct on that one. That's a number 2, which is Meteor Strike. And he finishes off the Allura Titan to everyone's surprise. I did not think he was going to have that one, guys. This is... So far, this is really going in the Quetzalcoatl Atlas's favor. I'm seeing his popularity going up. Even if he loses in the near future, that's quite a bit of wins so far. Alright, so next up we got the Aniosaurus, if I'm pronouncing that right. The Quetzalcoatl Atlas bird versus the Buffalo Lizard. So let's see, guys. This guy's pretty tough. We've seen him fight before, and if you guys ever watched this show, then you know that the Aniosaurus is a pretty tough fighter. So, I don't know, guys. We'll have to find out what happens this time. First up, the Quetzalcoatl Atlas. That is a 2, so we're going to go with that for a 2. The Aniosaurus already has the lead on this one. And he's managing to really beat down the Quetzalcoatl Atlas this time, guys. This one could be the final attack. Final fight, I should say, for the Quetzalcoatl Atlas. That's 2 against 0 for the Quetzalcoatl Atlas. But the Quetzalcoatl Atlas is stepping up, guys. But the Aniosaurus is drawing him right back. And the Quetzalcoatl Atlas is going down. That's 3-0. The Quetzalcoatl Atlas is losing this fight. The Quetzalcoatl Atlas steps it up with a 6, number 6 strongest attack. And the Aniosaurus falls back behind. That's a 4 for the Quetzalcoatl Atlas and a 5 for the Aniosaurus. One more for the Aniosaurus and the Quetzalcoatl Atlas is down. The Quetzalcoatl Atlas is going down, guys. Number 1 attack. He is weakened. And the Aniosaurus uses it to his advantage and finishes the Quetzalcoatl Atlas off with his own finishing Meteor Strike move. That is the final round for the Quetzalcoatl Atlas, guys. Alright, so we fought hard, but next up, the Aniosaurus is going to have to go against the Talorosaurus. Clubtail versus Fast Charge. Alright guys, let's do this. Talorosaurus starts the round off with a very weak number 1 move. The Aniosaurus is easily got the upper hand on that one so far. Talorosaurus it goes for a stronger number 5 attack, and the Aniosaurus manages to hurt him off. 2 against 0. Talorosaurus goes for a 4. The Aniosaurus now has 5 and goes for another attack on the Talorosaurus. 3-0. Oh, and the Talorosaurus is starting to go down, guys. That's another one for the Aniosaurus. The Talorosaurus does not currently have any wins so far. Oh, and the Talorosaurus is down, guys. The Aniosaurus is going to take this one with a pack attack move, finishing move. The Talorosaurus is down. Next up, guys, we got the Isosaurus, the infamous Isosaurus. Alright guys, let's find out. The Isosaurus is a tough fighter, so is the Aniosaurus. Let's see who wins this one. This is crushing size versus fast charge, guys. Size versus speed. Let's find out who wins that one. Alright, so first up, number 4. Isosaurus lands a number 4 attack with the Aniosaurus dropping down. The Isosaurus has this one so far. He lands another attack, number 4 attack. The Aniosaurus keeps him in a draw. The Isosaurus is weakened down, and the Aniosaurus lands a hit on the Isosaurus. It's 1 for both so far. I'm betting this one's going to be a close one, guys. Number 4 for the Isosaurus. I don't know what that is. The Aniosaurus falls behind. The Isosaurus has another one on him. That's the number 1 for the Isosaurus. That took a lot out of him. The Ankylosaurus falls back and actually manages to lose for that attack, which I'm quite surprised about. The Isosaurus now has 3 against the Ankylosaurus is 1. So that's 5 for the Ankylosaurus, a 5 attack for the Isosaurus, I should say. Sorry about that. And a number 5 for the Isosaurus. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting this confused. That was a 5 attack for both of them, if I'm correct in that. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. So, a draw so far. The Isosaurus led a quite strong, devastating 6 attack, and the Ankylosaurus falls back. 1 more for the Isosaurus, and he will have this one, guys. The Ankylosaurus only has 1 so far, so I'm predicting the Isosaurus has this one. A number 5 finishing move, and he beats the Ankylosaurus with a number 5 volcano explosion. That is it for the Ankylosaurus, guys. Isosaurus is the winner of that match. Let's see who the Isosaurus is up against next. And guys, we got the Mosasaurus. Many of you know the Mosasaurus. He's been in a pretty tough fighter in this show before. So next up, we got ISI Lizard Crushing Size versus Powerful Jaws. This is gonna be a tough one, guys. I was apparently wrong with the Ankylosaurus versus Isosaurus fight. It was not a really close match, surprisingly. Let's see how this one goes. First off, Isosaurus lands with a number 6 devastating move, and the Mosasaurus is easily down 1. That's 4 for the Isosaurus, 4 for the Mosasaurus, so that's a draw. The Isosaurus weakens down, and the Mosasaurus lands a hit. Okay, so far the Isosaurus is down to 2 again, a 2 attack, and the Mosasaurus lands a devastating 6 attack. That's 2 against 1. The Isosaurus hits back with a devastating 6, and the Mosasaurus easily succumbs to the attack. That's 2 by 2, guys. This is closer match. 2 for the Isosaurus, 4 for the Mosasaurus. That's another 1 for the Mosasaurus. 4 for the Isosaurus. 6 for the Mosasaurus. So that is another 1 for the Mosasaurus. 1 more, and the Mosasaurus will have this one in the bag, guys. Alright, so the Isosaurus goes for a number 3 attack. Sorry about that, guys. And the Mosasaurus succumbs to his attack. That's another 1 for the Isosaurus. 3 by 4. Will the Isosaurus manage to win this one? I don't know. The Isosaurus lands a number 1 hit with a very weak attack. Goes for the fresh meat. And the Mosasaurus easily wins that match, guys. That is it for the Isosaurus. The Mosasaurus finishes the match with a pack attack move. So that is it for the Isosaurus, guys. Alright, next up we got the Cryolophosaurus. Powerful Jaws versus Powerful Jaws. Alright, well, they're both Powerful Jaws, so let's see who wins this one, guys. This is 2 Powerful Jaws versus each other, so let's see who can take this one. Alright, so right up, we got a 1 from the Cryolophosaurus. That's a very weak attack. The Cryolophosaurus has never been the best fighter, so I'm not surprised. But the Mosasaurus actually loses to that attack, which is very surprising. I did not see that coming. So that's 1 for the Cryolophosaurus so far. And another 1 for the Cryolophosaurus. A literal 1. And the Mosasaurus beats him down, guys. That's 1 for the Mosasaurus. That's, a 5 attack for the Cryolophosaurus, who steps up his game, and the Mosasaurus falls back, not very hard, but just enough for the Cryolophosaurus to get the advantage. That's a 1 from the Cryolophosaurus. That's kind of disappointing. And that's a 3 for the Mosasaurus, who steps up his game. That's a 3, and a 2 by 2 points wise. So we got a draw here so far, folks. That's a 4 from the Cryolophosaurus, and a 2 from the Mosasaurus. 1 for the Cryolophosaurus. This is kind of a close match. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Some will score the pretty low. Okay, the Cryolophosaurus goes for a number 5 attack, and the Mosasaurus manages to beat that one back. So that's 1 for the Mosasaurus. Guys, man, this is a this is a draw, like, seriously. Alright, the Cryolophosaurus goes for a 1 attack, tries to go for the fresh meat, and the Mosasaurus, not surprisingly, manages to defend against that attack. That's 4 for the Mosasaurus, guys, and 3 for the Cryolophosaurus. The Cryolophosaurus goes for a 2, and the Mosasaurus finishes him off with a number 4 pack attack, and the Cryolophosaurus loses. Is anyone surprised? I'm not. Let's go up next to our next fighter, which is the Kentrosaurus, guys. We got the pointed lizard. We got the Candle Spikes, I think that says. Candle Spikes versus Powerful Jaws. Alright, guys. Four for the Kentrosaurus, and 3 for the Mosasaurus. That's 1 for the Kentrosaurus so far. Alright, that's a 6 for the Kentrosaurus, and a 5 for the Mosasaurus, who manages to get beaten back by the Kentrosaurus. So far that's 2 for the Kentrosaurus, and 0 for the Mosasaurus. Okay, so that's a 5 attack from the Kentrosaurus. The Mosasaurus falls and succumbs to that attack. That's 3 for the Kentrosaurus so far, who goes for a number 2. And the Mosasaurus actually manages to lose against that one. That is 4 for the Kentrosaurus and 0 for the Mosasaurus. This is kind of disappointing from the Mosasaurus so far. And the Kentrosaurus goes for a devastating mass extinction finishing move. And the Mosasaurus is doomed. That is it for the Mosasaurus. The Kentrosaurus has finished him off with that mass extinction. Next up, guys, we got the Ceratosaurus. Alright, so if I'm correct, this was a previous champion who we used to underestimate and really stepped into this game, I believe, the last time there was a fight in Down Battle Championship. Let's see if he's managed to keep his skills. Alright, so first off, a 3 attack from the Kentrosaurus with a 5 from the Ceratosaurus. That's 1 for the Ceratosaurus so far. I'm sorry, guys, I do not know why I just bumped the camera. I apologize for that. Alright, guys, I am sorry for bumping the camera. I do not know how I managed to do that. Let's get right back into the action. So far, we got 1 for the Ceratosaurus. That's a 6 attack from the Kentrosaurus, and the Ceratosaurus is down 1. So that is 1 from both sides so far. Kentrosaurus goes for a 3, and the Ceratosaurus manages to take him down. That's another 1 for the Ceratosaurus. The Kentrosaurus goes for a number 1 move, and the Ceratosaurus actually manages to lose to that. Has he lost his skills after all? Let's see. The Kentrosaurus goes for a 4 attack, and the Ceratosaurus defends him off with a number 6. That's 3 for the Ceratosaurus, 2 for the Kentro. The Kentrosaurus goes for a 5 attack, a pretty tough attack, and the Ceratosaurus goes for a 5, who manages to keep the Kentrosaurus in a draw. Okay, so the Kentrosaurus is now weakened down to a 1, and the Ceratosaurus takes this one with a number 2 attack. That's 4 for the Ceratosaurus. Will he take down the Kentrosaurus, guys? That's a 2 move from the Kentrosaurus. The Ceratosaurus fights back with a 3 and takes down the Kentrosaurus with a Dangerous Waters move. I think that's the first time that attack has been used in this fight. So that is it for the Kentrosaurus, guys. The Ceratosaurus is moving on to the next round. Alright, so next up we got the... I'm not really sure how to pronounce this one exactly. They get maybe Archosaurus or something like that. Let's go with Archosaurus. So we got Vicious Lunge versus Protective Skin, guys. Let's get right on the fight. The Archosaurus isn't messing around with a 6 attack. The Ceratosaurus loses to that one. Not by much, though. And that is 1 for the Archosaurus. The Archosaurus goes for a 4, and the Ceratosaurus loses to that attack as well. That's 2 for the Archosaurus. That's a 5 attack from him, and the Ceratosaurus is down again. That's 3 for the Archosaurus. Man, he is taking this one by far. But he's apparently weakened down to a 1 attack, and the Ceratosaurus wins a 2. So just barely managing to get that attack in. That's 1 for the Ceratosaurus. The Archosaurus seems to have weakened down a lot. He's still going for the 1 attack, and the Ceratosaurus hits him really hard with a 5 attack. Maybe the Ceratosaurus has a chance, guys. The Archosaurus goes for a 2, only managing to get a little bit stronger, and the Ceratosaurus takes him down again. That's a 3x3. I didn't see this coming. Alright, so the Archosaurus goes for a 4. He's actually stepping it up this time, and the Ceratosaurus actually loses to that attack. One more, and the Archosaurus will have this one down, guys. That's a 6 move for the Archosaurus. A strong, devastating move. He's going for that mass extinction. And he finishes off the Ceratosaurus, guys. That is it for him. Next up, we got the Monolophosaurus, guys. This guy is a pretty good player. A pretty famous fighter in the Dino DBC fighters list. So let's get to it, guys. This is Vicious Lunge versus Big Teeth. The Archosaurus starts around with a devastating 5 move. The Monolophosaurus cannot keep up with that, and that's one for the Archosaurus. The Archosaurus goes for a 4. The Monolophosaurus is down, not by very much. He might manage to step this one up. The Archosaurus goes for a number 1. He's weakened down, and the Monolophosaurus uses that to his advantage, guys. That's 1 for the Monolophosaurus. That's a 6 move from the Archosaurus, going for that 6 move. The Monolophosaurus is down again. That's 3 for the Archosaurus, guys. The Archosaurus is weakened down to number 2 attack this time. The Monolophosaurus actually loses to that number, which is kind of disappointing. That's 4 for the Archosaurus, guys. 1 more and he will have this one down. I expected more from the Monolophosaurus, guys. I'm just a little disappointed. Alright, so 3 from the Archosaurus. Will the Monolophosaurus take this one? And he will, so that's number 1 for the Monolophosaurus. That's 2 at 5 by 2 points so far. The Archosaurus goes for the devastating number 6 move, the Massive Extinction, and the Monolophosaurus is down, guys. Down hard. That is a Mass Extinction finishing move, again from the Archosaurus, and you can take down the Monolophosaurus. Alright, guys. Next up, we got the Caudipteryx. He has been a champion in the DBC championship before, so is that the right way to say that? Because that makes it down ballot. Championship. Alright, guys. He has been a champion in the DBC fights before, so so we will see if he manages to take this one, guys. I'm just gonna get right to the action because I'm just stumbling all over it. Alright, so Vicious Lunge versus Tireless Runner. Let's see if he can tire out the Archosaurus. Archosaurus is not taking very much strength into this one. That's a number 1 attack. The Archosaurus has the upper hand. That's 1 for him so far. The Archosaurus goes for a 5, steps up its game. The Caudipteryx is down. The Archosaurus goes for another number 5, and the Caudipteryx goes for a 6. Man, I did not see that coming. That's another 1 for the Caudipteryx. The Archosaurus goes for a 2, is weakened down, and the Caudipteryx manages actually to lose to that attack. That's another 1 for the Archosaurus. 2 by 2 guys so far. The Archosaurus goes for another 5, and the Caudipteryx goes for another 6, guys. Wow, I did not see that. I mean, I did not expect this to be the way this went. So far, the Archosaurus is down again to another number 1. The Caudipteryx takes him down. That's 4 for the Caudipteryx, guys, and the Archosaurus only has 2. Will the Caudipteryx take him down? Let's find out. The Archosaurus goes for a 3, and the Caudipteryx goes for a 2. He loses to that attack. That's 3 for the Archosaurus. The Archosaurus goes for a 2, number 2 attack. The Caudipteryx goes for a 3 and finishes off the Archosaurus with a dangerous water finishing move. So apparently he did turn out, guys. Alright. So next up we got the Styracosaurus, guys. Nasal Horn versus Tireless Runner. I'm not sure those names really make this sound like an epic round, but we'll see what happens. Alright, guys, so first off, the Styracosaurus is starting this match with a number 5 attack. That's a pretty strong attack. The Caudipteryx loses to that. That's 1 for the Styracosaurus, who goes for another 5 attack, and the Caudipteryx is down again. That is 2 for the Styracosaurus so far. A number 6 devastating Mass Extinction move from the Styracosaurus. The Caudipteryx goes for a 2 attack, and that is another 1 down for the Caudipteryx. I'm not sure if I messed up there or not. Sorry, folks, if I did. Alright, so that's so far 3 for the Styracosaurus. The Caudipteryx has not gained any points. That's a 2 attack from the Styracosaurus, and the Caudipteryx goes for a 3. That's his first hit so far, guys. So the Styracosaurus goes for a 5 again, and beats off the Caudipteryx. 1 more for the Styracosaurus, and he will have this match in the bag, guys. So the Styracosaurus goes for another 5 attack. That seems to be his trademark move. The Caudipteryx loses the match by only going for a 1 attack. that is it for this match, guys. The Styracosaurus is currently in the lead now and has taken out the Condipterus. I'm supposed to move from the champion, but I guess not. Let's see what happens. Let's see next. Alright, guys, and this is a very well-known fighter. I'm really looking forward to this one, guys. This is the Ichthyosaurus. We got Nasal Horn versus Fast Swimmer. I'm gonna jump right into this one, guys. The Styracosaurus starts the match off with no number, with a 6, devastating number 6 move. Can the Ichthyosaurus match that, guys? He cannot. That is 1 for the Styracosaurus, guys. Alright, here we go. The Styracosaurus goes for another 5 moves. And the Ichthyosaurus, wow, manages to defend that move off. That is 1 for the Ichthyosaurus, guys. The Styracosaurus goes for a 2. That 6 really apparently weakened him down, and the Ichthyosaurus takes that to his advantage. That's 2 for the Ichthyosaurus, guys. This is what I'm talking about. The Styracosaurus goes for a 4, and the Ichthyosaurus is down. That is another 1 for the Styracosaurus, guys. 2 by 2. Styracosaurus goes for a number 3, and the Ichthyosaurus loses to that attack. That's 3 for the Styracosaurus. Can the Ichthyosaurus still win this match? That's a number 1 for the Styracosaurus. The Ichthyosaurus drops in and beats him down with a number 6 move. That's a 3 by 3, guys. The Styracosaurus goes for a 4. And the Ichthyosaurus loses to that attack. That is another 1 for the Styracosaurus. 1 more for him, and this will be done. The Styracosaurus goes for a number 2 attack, and the Ichthyosaurus takes that and runs with it, beats him down. That is another 1 for the Ichthyosaurus, guys. 4 by 4. Will the Ichthyosaurus finish this one, or will the Styracosaurus prove victorious once again? Let's find out. That's a 6 move from the Styracosaurus. He is not kidding around, and the Ichthyosaurus goes for a 4 attack. He cannot take down the Styracosaurus and finishes him off with a mass extinction move. That is it for the Ichthyosaurus, guys. And the Styracosaurus is really seeming to have stepped up his game this time around at DBC. So next up, we got a pretty tough carnivore fighter here. We got the Suchomimus. Nasal Horn versus Huge Mouth. Let's see who wins that one. Alright, so first off, we got the Styracosaurus going for a 4. The Suchomimus loses to that number. The Styracosaurus gains 1 point. The Styracosaurus goes for a 1, and the Suchomimus goes for a 3. That's 1 point for the Suchomimus. Alright, so next up, we got a 6 from the Styracosaurus and a 6 from the Suchomimus, who manages to defeat that attack. That is another 1 for the Suchomimus. So the Styracosaurus goes for a 5. His trademark move, and the Suchomimus loses to that one. Styracosaurus has 2 points now. They are both even. Styracosaurus goes for a 5 attack, and the Suchomimus manages to overcome that attack. Wow, guys, that is another 3rd point for the Suchomimus, who is in the lead. The Styracosaurus goes for a number 2 attack, and the Suchomimus keeps him in a draw. The Styracosaurus goes for a 1, is beaten down by the Suchomimus, who goes for 2 and manages another point. 1 more for the Suchomimus, and he will have this one down. The Styracosaurus goes for another 2 attack, and the Suchomimus just manages to keep him in a draw. Styracosaurus goes for another 3 move, a number 3 attack, and the Suchomimus finishes him off with a volcano explosion, guys. The Suchomimus has proven victorious against the Styracosaurus. Let's see how many he can take on. Next we got the Gigantoraptor, size and claws versus Huge Mouth. The Gigantoraptor has proven a tough competitor before, so let's find out if he can take down the Suchomimus or not. And that's not looking good so far. That's a number 1 for the Gigantoraptor, and number 5 for the Suchomimus. That is 1 for the Suchomimus so far. Alright, so that's a number 4 from the Gigantoraptor, and number 1 from the Suchomimus, who loses that round, that attack. Gigantoraptor goes for a 5, and sorry, I didn't roll that one, so I'm going to go in. The Suchomimus goes for a 5 as well. That's a draw. Gigantoraptor goes for a 3, weakens down, and the Suchomimus uses that to his advantage. That is 2 for the Suchomimus, guys. The Gigantoraptor goes for a 6, stepping up the game, and the Suchomimus loses that number, but not by much. That's 2 by 2, guys. This is what I saw coming. The Gigantoraptor goes for a 5, and the Suchomimus loses to that attack. That's 3 for the Gigantoraptor so far, guys. So far, he's got this one in the lead. The Gigantoraptor The Gigantoraptor goes for a number 6 attack, and the Suchomimus loses to that number quite badly. That's 4 for the Gigantoraptor. Will he be victorious? Gigantoraptor goes for a 1, weakens down as the Suchomimus takes advantage. That's 1 for the Suchomimus, guys, 3 for him. The Gigantoraptor goes for a 3 attack, and the Suchomimus takes him down with a number 5 attack, guys. That's 4x4. Who's gonna win this one? Let's find out. The Gigantoraptor goes for a 5 attack. The Suchomimus loses with a number 2. That's 1 for the Gigantoraptor, another one, and he is victorious. The Suchomimus is down. I somewhat kind of saw that coming, guys, because the Gigantoraptor is pretty tough. Alright, so, folks, we got another well-known fighter in DBC. We got the Dilophosaurus. Size and Claws versus Fast Sprinter. Alright, so Gigantoraptor begins the match with a number 3 attack. Dilophosaurus is keeping him out of draw. So far draw, guys. Gigantoraptor goes for a 5. The Dilophosaurus loses to that number. That's 1 for the Gigantoraptor. The Gigantoraptor goes for another 3. The Dilophosaurus weakens down. And that's another one for the Gigantoraptor, so for the Dilophosaurus has not scored. Okay, so that's a 3 for the Gigantoraptor. Dilophosaurus is down again. The Gigantoraptor is totally taking the Dilophosaurus down this time, guys. He goes for a 2, and the Dilophosaurus goes for 5. So far, that's 1 point for the Dilophosaurus. He's stepping in his game. Gigantoraptor goes for 1. He's weakened down, apparently, and the Dilophosaurus steps it up even more, knocks him down. That's 2 for this Dilophosaurus. 3 by 2, guys. Alright, so that's another 2 for the Gigantoraptor. The Dilophosaurus goes for a 4. That's 3 by 3. Well, it seems he must have been just messing around with the Gigantoraptor, guys. That's a 4 attack from the Gigantoraptor. The Dilophosaurus strikes with a number 6 attack, guys. That is another one for the Dilophosaurus. Will he take down the Gigantoraptor? Gigantoraptor goes for a 2. The Dilophosaurus finishes him off with a Dangerous Waters move. I didn't see that coming, guys. He was totally taking the Dilophosaurus down at first. So the Dilophosaurus is proven victorious, guys. Next up, we got the Diceratops. We got Headbutt versus Fast Sprinter. So let's see what happens. Let's get right on it. Starting the match with a number 5 from the Diceratops. The Dilophosaurus falls behind. That's 1 point for the Diceratops so far. A 1 from the Diceratops, and the Dilophosaurus fights back with a number 1. That's a draw. So no, that is another 1 for the Diceratops, guys. Wait. No. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, I want to make sure I have the rules on that clear. Diceratops goes for a 4, and the Dilophosaurus beats back with a 5. That's 1 for the Dilophosaurus. Diceratops goes for a devastating 6 number. The Dilophosaurus can't hold on to that. That's 3 for the Diceratops. And a literal 3 for the Diceratops. The Dilophosaurus goes for a 3. And the Diceratops strikes back with a number 4. And the Dilophosaurus keeps him back with a 4. So Diceratops goes for a devastating 6, builds up his strength, and the Dilophosaurus loses to that number. That's another 1 for the Diceratops, guys. The Dilophosaurus only has 1. This isn't looking good. The Diceratops strikes with a 2, losing his strength. The Dilophosaurus manages to lose even more strength and lose to that number. The Diceratops finishes with a Meteor Strike. So that is it for the Dilophosaurus, guys. Alright, so next up we got the Iguanodon. Headbutt versus Thumb Spike. Alright, so first up, Diceratops goes for a 3. The Iguanodon keeps him at bay. This is a draw so far. The Diceratops weakens down to 1, and the Iguanodon strikes. That's 1 for the Iguanodon. The Diceratops goes for a number 1 attack, and the Iguanodon strikes again. Sorry guys, I had completely forgotten who I had said scored a point so far. So far, the Iguanodon has gotten 2 points, and the Diceratops has not scored at all. Alright, so the Diceratops goes for a 1. The Iguanodon takes him down easily with another attack. The Iguanodon seems to have this one in the bag so far, guys. That is 3 for the Iguanodon. The Diceratops strikes with a number 6 devastating move. The Iguanodon loses to that one. And the Diceratops goes for a 5. The Iguanodon loses to that one as well. That's 2 for the Diceratops so far. He strikes with the number 5. The Iguanodon goes for a 6 and manages to beat back against that move. That's 1 more for the Iguanodon. He will have this one down, guys. That's 4 from the Dicertus. The Iguanodon goes for a 5 and takes him down with a Volcano Explosion. Alright, so next up we got the Deinonychus, guys. Fierce Claws versus Stump Spike. This guy's been pretty good in the past, but so far, I mean, in some recent times, he's lost some of his strength. So, will he have gotten that back this time? We'll find out. Alright, so that's a number 1 from the Deinonychus. Not a very impressive start. The Iguanodon manages to only keep it in a draw, though. The Deinonychus is weakened down to 1. This is disappointing as the Iguanodon strikes hard. That's 1 for the Iguanodon. The Deinonychus goes for a 5, stepping up his game. The Iguanodon loses to that one. Was the Deinonychus just messing around? Let's find out. The Deinonychus goes for a 4. The Iguanodon loses to that one as well. So far, the Deinonychus seems to be stepping up. The Deinonychus goes for a 2 as he weakens down, and his strength manages apparently to be enough to take down the Iguanodon. Again, that's 3 for the Deinonychus, guys. The Deinonychus goes for a devastating 6, and the Iguanodon strikes with a 4, losing to that attack. The Deinonychus has a 4, and the Iguanodon only has 1. So will he win? The Deinonychus goes for a 4. That's a pretty good finishing move. The Iguanodon loses to that, and the Deinonychus wins with a pack attack move. That's pretty good because he's a Deinonychus, so that's even cooler, guys. That's awesome. He takes the Iguanodon down with a pack attack finishing move. His next opponent will be the Apatosaurus, who's proven pretty strong in the past, so. Fierce Claws versus Whiptail. Deinonychus goes for a 6 right off the bat. A devastating beginning move. The Apatosaurus loses to that attack. The Deinonychus goes for a 4, and the Apatosaurus strikes with a number 5. That's 1 for both. The Deinonychus goes for another 6, and the Apatosaurus loses to that one. The Deinonychus goes for a 2, weakens down as the Apatosaurus gains the upper hand. That's 2 by 2. The Deinonychus goes for a number 4 attack. The Apatosaurus loses to that one. The Deinonychus is in the lead with 3 points against 2. The Deinonychus weakens down to a number 1, and the Apatosaurus gains the upper hand once again, man. Really staying in a draw, guys. This is 3 by 3. The Deinonychus goes for a 3 attack, and the Apatosaurus gains the upper hand once again. That's 4 for the Apatosaurus and 3 for the Deinonychus, guys. That's 3 for the Deinonychus. The Apatosaurus, that's mostly on a 1, so I'm going to count that one. That's a 1 for the Apatosaurus. The Deinonychus takes that one. 4 by 4, guys. Who will win this one? The Deinonychus goes for a 4. Will he have this one in the back? Will he take down the Apatosaurus? No, he will not. The Apatosaurus finishes the Deinonychus off with a mass extinction move. But the Deinonychus fought hard, guys. Alright, so next up, we got an herbivore as Triceratops. Sharp Horns versus Whiptail. Alright, so first off, the Triceratops begins the match with a number 3 attack. The Apatosaurus loses to that attack. Triceratops has the upper hand so far with first point, but loses his strength as the Apatosaurus gains the upper hand. That's 1 by 1 for both. The Triceratops goes for a number 2 attack, and the Apatosaurus takes that attack down pretty easily. Triceratops goes for a 1, loses a lot of strength, and the Apatosaurus goes for a 3 and takes him down again. The Apatosaurus seems to have this one so far. The Triceratops goes for a 6, steps up his game, and the Apatosaurus cannot keep up with that. It's 2 for the Triceratops so far. Triceratops goes for number 2 attack, and the Apatosaurus goes for a 1, losing strength again. That's another one for the Triceratops. 3 by 3, guys. This is a draw. Triceratops goes for a 3, which is a 6, which is a devastating move. Apatosaurus loses to that one, so that is another one for the Triceratops, guys. 4 by 3. I didn't see Triceratops gain the upper hand on this one. Triceratops goes for a 3 because he's a 3-horn face. Let's see, can he take down the Whiptail, the Deceptive Lizard? Let's find out. Triceratops loses to that attack. A number 5 from the Apatosaurus. That's 4 by 4, guys. Triceratops goes for a 6, doubling his 3-horn face to a 6 2 times. Let's see, can he take down the Apatosaurus? Yes, he can, guys. That is a mass extinction from the Triceratops. So that is it for the Apatosaurus. Alright, so next up we got the Supersaurus, guys. Sharp Horns versus Gigantic Size. Supersaurus is an awesome fighter. Let's see, can he take down the Triceratops? Alright, so the Triceratops begins the match with a number 3 attack. The Supersaurus loses to that number. That's 1 for the Triceratops. The Triceratops goes for a 2, and the Supersaurus gains the upper hand. That's 1 by 1 point for both of them. Triceratops goes for a 4. The Supersaurus goes for a 3 and loses to that one. The Triceratops goes for a 3 attack, and the Supersaurus loses to that number, the attack from the Triceratops, as the Supersaurus gains 2 points. Both have 2 points so far. The Triceratops goes for a 3 attack. He seems to like going for that one. The Supersaurus goes for 1 and loses to that. It's 3 for the Triceratops, who goes for another 3 attack. The Supersaurus doubles that and takes down that move. 3 by 3, guys. The Triceratops goes for a 6 move, and the Supersaurus loses to that attack. That's 4 for the Triceratops. I think he's going to have this one, guys. Triceratops goes for a 1, and the Supersaurus steps it up, but does not manage to get any hit in there. The Triceratops goes for a 2 attack, not stepping up very much, and the Supersaurus easily takes that one down. That's 4 by 4, guys. Who's going to have this one down? The Triceratops goes for 4. Will the Supersaurus finish him off? He will not. The Triceratops beats the Supersaurus with a Meteor Strike finishing move. Alright, so next up, guys, we got the Gallimimus, guys, the Rooster Mimic. 3-1 face versus Rooster Mimic. Oh, wait, sorry, this is wrong names. We got Sharp Horns versus Quick Run. Alright, I gotta speed these up a little bit because we're hitting quite lengthy time here, and we got a few left, so I'm gonna have to try to speed through these up a little bit. Alright, the Triceratops begins with a number 5. The Gallimimus goes for a 2. That is 1 for the Triceratops. Triceratops goes for another number 5, and the Gallimimus fights back. That's 1 by 1 for both. Triceratops goes for a 3, and the Gallimimus goes for a 4. That's another 1 for the Gallimimus. The Triceratops fights with a 3, another 3, and number 3 attack is trademark. Gallimimus beats back that attack with a number 5. The Triceratops goes for another number 3. He doesn't seem to be learning his lesson here, and the Gallimimus actually gives into that one. Triceratops goes for a number 4, going up by 1, and the Gallimimus takes that down, that number even. So that is 4 for the Gallimimus, guys. 1 more for him, and he will have the Triceratops. The Triceratops goes for his usual trademark 3. I think he's tiring that move out a little bit, to be honest with you. And the Gallimimus doubles that and takes down the Triceratops with a massive extinction, guys. Triceratops didn't really see the learner's lesson. He looked at that number 3 too many times. Alright, guys, next up we got a really, really cool fighter here. We got the Leopleurodon Sharp Teeth versus Quick Runner. Alright, so the Leopleurodon begins with a 5 attack. Without letting down his fans, the Gallimimus loses to that attack. The Leopleurodon goes for another number 5. I'm pretty sure he always goes for number 5, so he's doing exactly what he always does. But the Gallimimus manages to step it up even. That's 1 for both fighters. The Leopleurodon goes for a number 1, is weakened down as the Gallimimus gains the upper hand. This isn't looking good so far for the Leopleurodon. He goes for a number 1 and loses to the Gallimimus once again. That is 3 for the Gallimimus and 1 for the Leopleurodon. This is kind of disappointing. The Leopleurodon goes for a 4. The Gallimimus loses to that one. The Leopleurodon strikes with a devastating number 6, and the Gallimimus loses to that one as well. That's 3 by 3, guys. The Leopleurodon goes for another 2. The Gallimimus beats him back. That's 4 for the Gallimimus. I think he's going to take down the Leopleurodon. The Leopleurodon goes for a 2, and the Gallimimus finishes him off with a number 3 Dangerous Waters move. That is it for the Leopleurodon. That was a very disappointing fight, but the Gallimimus is a champion in DBC, so it's not really all that striking, guys. Alright, so next up we got the Brachiosaurus, Long Neck versus Quick Runner. Alright, so the Brachiosaurus goes for a number 2. Gallimimus goes for a 4, gains the upper hand. The Brachiosaurus strikes with a number 1, a very weak attack, and the Gallimimus steps it up, knocks him back again. The Brachiosaurus goes for a number 6, and the Gallimimus loses to that one. Brachiosaurus goes for a number 5, stepping the game quite a bit, and the Gallimimus cannot keep up with that. That's 2 for both fighters. Brachiosaurus goes for a number 1, that weakens down quite a bit, and the Gallimimus takes the upper hand. Brachiosaurus goes for a number 4, and the Gallimimus loses to that number. That's another one for the Brachiosaurus, guys, 3 by 3. Brachiosaurus goes for a number 2, weakens down, and the Gallimimus gains... Well, the Gallimimus weakens down. The Brachiosaurus has 4 guys, 4 by 3. So the Brachiosaurus goes for a number 2 attack, weakens down once again, and the Gallimimus can't keep up with that. Well, he can keep up with it, but that's about all he can do. The Brachiosaurus goes for another number 2, can't get his strength up anymore, and the Gallimimus still only manages to keep him back. The Brachiosaurus goes for another number 2, and the Gallimimus steps it up, knocks him back. That's 4 for the Gallimimus. The Brachiosaurus goes for a devastating number 5, and the Gallimimus goes for a number 6, takes him down with a mass extinction. I didn't see that coming. The Gallimimus was certainly messing around with the Brachiosaurus this time. Really prove his champion status here, guys. Alright, so next up we got the Ankylosaurus, Armored Skin versus Quick Runner. The Ankylosaurus begins the match with a 6 attack. That's pretty tough, guys. The Gallimimus loses to that. But the Ankylosaurus goes down quite a bit, and the Gallimimus steps it up quite a bit. It's where the roles have been reversed in this fight. The Ankylosaurus goes for a 2, and the Gallimimus fights back with a 4. That's 2 for the Gallimimus, 1 for the Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus strikes with a weak number 1, and the Gallimimus beats him back. The Ankylosaurus goes for a 5 steps of his game, and the Gallimimus weakens down. That's 2 for the Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus weakens down once again to a number 1, and the Gallimimus beats him back. 1 more for the Gallimimus, and he will have this one down. The Ankylosaurus goes for a 2, and the Gallimimus only keeps him at bay. The Ankylosaurus goes for another number 5 attack, and takes down the Gallimimus. Alright, so the Ankylosaurus strikes with a number 5, and the Gallimimus cannot keep up. That's 4 for both. Who will win, guys? The Ankylosaurus strikes with a number 3 attack, and the Gallimimus keeps him at bay, keeps him in a draw. The Ankylosaurus strikes with a number 2, and the Gallimimus, will he win, guys? He knocks him down with the volcano explosion. There's another one for the Gallimimus. You can definitely see that this guy was a champion. Next up, we got the Allosaurus versus Quick Sharp Teeth versus Quick Runner. I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. Alright, guys, so after this, we got not too many fighters left, so we're getting close to the end. Alright, so first up, the 5 from the Allosaurus, 4 from the Gallimimus. That's 1 for the Allosaurus. That's a 3 from the Allosaurus, a 5 from the Gallimimus. That's 1 hit from both. The Allosaurus goes for a number 6, and the Gallimimus loses to that. The Allosaurus so far has the lead here, guys. The Allosaurus weakens down. The Gallimimus steps up. That's 2 for both. The Allosaurus goes for a number 2 attack, and the Gallimimus goes for a number 5. That's another one for the Gallimimus. The Allosaurus goes for a number 3 attack, strikes with a number 3. The Gallimimus weakens down. That's 3 by 3. The Allosaurus strikes with a devastating number 6, and the Gallimimus weakens down once again. 1 more for the Allosaurus. He will take down the Gallimimus, but he weakens down to a number 1, loses his strength, and the Gallimimus only manages to keep him in a draw. He seems to do that a lot. The Allosaurus goes for another number 2, and goes for a number 2, not another one. A number 2. The Gallimimus takes him down. He seems to like to keep people in a draw before he will step in and take him down. The Allosaurus goes for a number 5. Will the Gallimimus get this down? And he will not, guys. The Allosaurus finishes him off with the volcano explosion. That is it for the Gallimimus. He fought valiantly, but that is all for him. Alright, so next up, we got the Corythosaurus. Alright, so Shark Teeth versus Warning Call. So first off, 4 from the Allosaurus, 1 from the Corythosaurus. It's 1 for the Allosaurus so far. The Allosaurus strikes with a 5. The Corythosaurus goes down again. The Allosaurus weakens down, and the Corythosaurus only manages to keep up. The Allosaurus strikes with the number 5, and the Corythosaurus manages this to beat that attack with number 6. The Allosaurus goes for a 3. The Crithosaurus goes for a 3 as well. The Allosaurus strikes with another number 3, and the Crithosaurus beats him down. That's 2 for both. The Allosaurus goes for a devastating 6, and the Crithosaurus is down another one. The Allosaurus strikes with a number 2, a weak number 2, and the Crithosaurus goes for a devastating 6 number. So that is 3 for both. The Allosaurus strikes with a number 4, and the Crithosaurus gains the advantage. That is another one for the Crithosaurus, 4 for him. The Allosaurus weakens down to 1. The Crithosaurus surely has this one, and he takes him down with a volcano explosion. The Crithosaurus is the champion in this fight. I did not see that coming. So next up, we got the Parasaurolophus, guys. Speedy Run versus Warning Call, 2 ornithopods. The Parasaurolophus begins the fight with a number 3 attack. Crithosaurus goes for 4 and gains the upper hand. That's 1 point for him. Parasaurolophus goes for number 5. The Crithosaurus goes for number 5. The Parasaurolophus weakens down to a number 1, and the Crithosaurus steps it up once again, taking down the Parasaurolophus. The Parasaurolophus cannot get up its strength. The Crithosaurus takes him down again. This is not going well for him. Parasaurolophus goes for a number 2, and the Crithosaurus strikes with a number 3. That is no points for the Parasaurolophus so far. Parasaurolophus fights with a number 4 attack, and the Crithosaurus weakens down. That's the first hit from the Parasaurolophus. I don't see this going in his favor still though. Alright, so the Parasaurolophus strikes with a number 4. The Crithosaurus is down again. Maybe the Parasaurolophus was hiding something here. Parasaurolophus fights with a number 1 attack. He is going down. The Crithosaurus takes him down with a attack finishing move. That's hit for the Parasaurolophus. I'm not really surprised because he's never been the best fighter. But neither has the Crithosaurus. Alright, so next up we got the Microraptor, guys. Tree Gliding versus Warning Call. Alright. So, for the Microraptor starts the match with a number 4. The Crithosaurus goes down, and that is 1 for the Microraptor. Microraptor starts with the number 4. The Crithosaurus keeps him and a draw. The Microraptor goes for a 6, and the Crithosaurus is down 1. That is 2 for the Microraptor so far, guys. The Microraptor goes for a 1, weakens down as the Crithosaurus gains the upper hand. It's 1 for the Crithosaurus. The Microraptor goes for a devastating 6 and beats down the Crithosaurus once again. 3 for the Microraptor. The Microraptor goes for a 4. The Crithosaurus goes for a 3, losing again. The Crithosaurus only has 1 against the Microraptor, who has 4 on him. The Microraptor seems to weaken down as the Crithosaurus only manages to keep him in a draw. The Microraptor steps up to a 4, and the Crithosaurus manages to keep him even in the draw at that. The Microraptor goes for a number 4 once again, and the Crithosaurus keeps him in a tie. The Microraptor weakens down to number 2 as the Crithosaurus keeps him at number 2. The Microraptor still stays at number 2 as the Crithosaurus gains the upper hand and takes him down. The Microraptor strikes with a devastating 5, and the Crithosaurus keeps him in a draw. The Microraptor strikes with a number 3. And the Crithosaurus gains the upper hand once again. This is a 3x4, guys. The Microraptor strikes with a number 1, weak number 1 attack as the Crithosaurus gains the upper hand again. 4x4, guys. Who will win this one? The Microraptor goes for a 4. Will the Crithosaurus gain the upper hand? And the Crithosaurus fails to gain the upper hand as the Microraptor finishes him off with a pack attack finishing move. That is it for the Crithosaurus, guys. So next up, here we go, guys. We got 6 champions left after this one. The final 6. This is number 7. And it is a very well-known one. We got a Elasmosaurus, guys. A very, very popular fighter in Dinobout Championship. He has taken the King Champion position so far, and he's the only one to have claimed that position in the past. Let's get right to the fight, guys. Let's see what the Elasmosaurus had. The Microraptor starts the fight off with a number 2 attack, and the Elasmosaurus weakens down to a number 1 as the Microraptor gains the upper hand. The Microraptor goes for a number 4, and the Elasmosaurus The Elasmosaurus strikes with a number 3. That's another one for the Microraptor. The Microraptor weakens down to a number 2. If the Elasmosaurus strikes, takes the position, that's 1 for the Elasmosaurus. The Microraptor goes for a 2 as the Elasmosaurus strikes again. That's 2 by 2. The Microraptor strikes with a weak number 1 attack as the Elasmosaurus keeps him in a draw. The Microraptor strikes with a number 3. And the Elasmosaurus hits back with a number 5. Here we go, guys. This is a 3 by 2. The Elasmosaurus has 3 points so far. The Microraptor has 2. The Microraptor weakens down to a number 1. The Elasmosaurus gains the upper hand. Here we go, guys. This is what I'm talking about. The Microraptor strikes with a number 4, though. And the Elasmosaurus fails to keep up with that one. The Microraptor goes for a 2. And the Elasmosaurus weakens down to a number 1. That's 4 by 4, guys. Who will take this match? The Microraptor goes for a number 6. Devastating number 6. And the Elasmosaurus does not keep up. That's it for the Elasmosaurus. I'm kind of disappointed, but at least he fought pretty hard towards the end there. Alright, so next up, guys, we got number 6. The Camarasaurus. Tree gliding versus Longtail. The Microraptor starts the match off with a number 6. But the Camarasaurus takes the advantage. That's 1 for the Camarasaurus. The Microraptor goes for a 3. The Camarasaurus weakens down. That's 1 for the Microraptor. The Microraptor goes for a 2 as the Camarasaurus gains the upper hand once again. That's 2 for the Camarasaurus. The Microraptor strikes. Microraptor strikes with a 5 attack, and the Camarasaurus strikes with a number 3. That's another 1 for the Microraptor. The Microraptor strikes with a number 6. The Camarasaurus weakens down. 3 for the Microraptor so far, guys. The Microraptor strikes with a number 2, weakening down, his strength getting lower, and the Camarasaurus keeps him in a tie. The Microraptor goes for a 3, and the Camarasaurus goes for a 4. He gains the upper hand. That's 3 points for the Camarasaurus. 3 by 3, guys. The Microraptor strikes with a number 3 attack, and the Camarasaurus keeps him at a draw. The Microraptor goes for a number 3 attack. And the Camarasaurus gains the upper hand again. 1 more, and the Camarasaurus will have this one down. The Microraptor will be defeated. The Microraptor goes for a 2 attack. The Camarasaurus gains the upper hand again, and that is it for the Microraptor. That is a number 3 Dangerous Waters finishing move from the Camarasaurus. The Microraptor is down, guys. We're down to our final 5 champions, guys. Top 5. Here we go. Spinosaurus. Savage Bite versus Longtail. Who will take this one, guys? Will the Spinosaurus be able to take down the Camarasaurus? I won't. Let's find out, guys. Let's get right to the action. The Spinosaurus begins the match with a weak 1 attack, a disappointing weak score, but manages to keep up with the Camarasaurus. Maybe the Spinosaurus is messing around because he steps up to a number 4 attack, and the Camarasaurus gains the upper hand, however. That's 1 point for the Camarasaurus so far, guys. Spinosaurus goes for 4. The Camarasaurus loses to that attack as the Spinosaurus gains 1 point. The Spinosaurus goes for number 3. The Camarasaurus weakens down once again as the Spinosaurus once again gains the upper hand. The Spinosaurus goes for a number 4 attack, and the Camarasaurus goes for a number 4. The Spinosaurus strikes with an even tougher attack, and the Camarasaurus loses to that one. So far, the Spinosaurus gains the upper hand with 3 points. The Spine Lizard goes for a number 5 attack, and the Camarasaurus keeps him in a tie. The Spinosaurus goes for a 2, and the Camarasaurus gains the upper hand. 2 for the Camarasaurus so far. The Spinosaurus goes for number 1, weakening down his strength quite a bit, and the Camarasaurus only can keep up as a tie. The Spinosaurus steps up his game, uses this as an advantage, and the Camarasaurus keeps that just a tie, guys. The Spinosaurus strikes with a devastating 6, and the Camarasaurus weakens down. The Spinosaurus only needs 1 more point, and he will have this one. The Spinosaurus strikes with a number 2, building up his strength. The Camarasaurus takes him down. That's 3 for the Camarasaurus. The Spinosaurus goes for a devastating number 6, Mass Extinction, and finishes off the Camarasaurus just barely, but enough. That is a Mass Extinction, and the Camarasaurus is out. The Spinosaurus is going on to the next round, guys, number 4. And this is gonna be epic, guys. We got an epic match here. Look at that. The Spinosaurus versus the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Savage Bite versus Ferocious Jaw. Spine Lizard versus Tyrant Lizard. Guys, I can't believe this is gonna be an epic battle, guys. We've never got this one, and I can't wait to see who takes this one. for how this fight's gonna go. Alright guys, the Spinosaurus fights with a number 6 devastating attack. The Tyrannosaurus Rex manages to fight that one off, takes him down with his first point. The Spinosaurus goes for a number 1 as he weakens down to the Tyrannosaurus, who keeps him only in a tie. The Spinosaurus strikes with the number 3 as the Tyrannosaurus keeps him in a tie once again. The Spinosaurus steps up his game massively to a number 6, and the Tyrannosaurus is weakened down one by one, guys. The Spinosaurus goes for a number 2, and the Tyrannosaurus keeps him in a draw. The Spinosaurus can only stay at a number 2 attack as the Tyrannosaurus gains the upper hand. That's another one for the Tyrannosaurus Rex. The Spinosaurus goes for a 3 once again, and the Tyrannosaurus weakens down. 2 by 2, guys. This is exactly the kind of match I saw coming. The Spinosaurus goes for a number 1 as his attacks weaken. The Tyrannosaurus Rex beats down hard, and the Spinosaurus gains 3 points. The Spinosaurus goes for a devastating number 5, and the Tyrannosaurus goes for a 4 as he weakens down to the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus goes for another number 4 attack, and the Tyrannosaurus fights back hard. That's a 4 for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, guys. 3 for the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus fights with a devastating 6. The Tyrannosaurus loses, but not by much. 4 by 4, guys. Who is going to gain the upper hand? This is epic match. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, and the Spinosaurus begins the match, the final round, with a devastating 6. Will the Tyrannosaurus keep up? And the Tyrannosaurus is out for the count, just barely, guys. That's what I'm talking about. The Spinosaurus takes this one and finishes the Tyrannosaurus Rex off with a volcano explosion. That was a great match, guys. This is going to go down in history. Alright, so number 3. The Spinosaurus will be going against Zuniceratops. Savage Bite versus Eyebrow Horns. Not sure who came up with that name for him. It's not really the toughest one for him. So the Spinosaurus begins the match off with a number 5. The Zuniceratops strikes with a number 6, surprising everybody and gets the upper hand. The Spinosaurus goes for another number 5. The Zuniceratops keeps him in a draw, and the Spinosaurus goes for a 3. The Zuniceratops once again keeps him in a draw. The Spinosaurus strikes with a devastating 6. Enough to take down the Zuniceratops, one by one. The Spinosaurus goes for a number 6 again, and the Zuniceratops fails to keep up. That's another one for the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus strikes with a number 1, loses some of his strength. The Zuniceratops gains the upper hand. As the Spinosaurus strikes with the number 1, once again, the Zuniceratops steps it up, knocks him back. The Spinosaurus strikes with a number 6 devastating move, and the Zuniceratops falls back, but not much. 3 by 3, guys. The Spinosaurus strikes with a number 4. The Zuniceratops strikes back with a number 6. Wow. 3 by 4. Will the Zuniceratops take this one? The Spinosaurus strikes with a number 2. I think the T-Rex took a lot out of him, guys. The Zuniceratops finishes him off with a number 3 Dangerous Waters move. That is it for the Spinosaurus, guys. I think that Tyrannosaurus Rex fight took a lot out of the spinal movement. Alright, so next up, our last two fighters. We got Acrocanthosaurus. Strong arms versus eyebrow horns. I can't take that in seriously. Alright, so first off, the Acrocanthosaurus goes for a very weak number 1. The Zuniceratops also only goes for 1. The Acrocanthosaurus steps it up a little bit, and the Zuniceratops beats him down quite hard. This Acrocanthosaurus goes for another number 2. This is a lackluster fight. The Zuniceratops takes him down again. The Acrocanthosaurus steps it up to a 6, and the Zuniceratops beats him down again. The Acrocanthosaurus can't seem to land a hit. The Acrocanthosaurus goes for a 4 attack. I'm going to redo that one because I don't know if that number was on the... The Acrocanthosaurus goes for the number 4 attack, and the Zuniceratops goes for a 1. That's 1 hit for the Acrocanthosaurus. The Acrocanthosaurus goes for a 5. He's stepping it up, and the Zuniceratops falls back behind. That's 2 for the Acrocanthosaurus. The Acrocanthosaurus goes for another number 4, and the Zuniceratops is back again. The Acrocanthosaurus seems to have messing around with the Zuniceratops. The Acrocanthosaurus goes for a number 2, weakening down. And the Zuniceratops goes for another number 2 as well. The Acrocanthosaurus steps it up to a 5, and the Zuniceratops keeps him in a draw. The The Acrocanthosaurus goes for 3. The Zuniceratops is down. One more and the Acrocanthosaurus will have this one, guys. The Acrocanthosaurus goes for a 1. He weakens down, and the Zuniceratops gains the upper hand. 4x4. Who's going to take this one, guys? The Acrocanthosaurus goes for 1, weakens down, and the Zuniceratops finishes him off with a mass extinction. Alright, guys, this is our final round. We are about to find out who wins this match and who will be tonight's Dino Battle Champion. So, here we go, guys. Let's get right on it. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let me hear it. This is the Velociraptor Speedy Thief versus Zuni Horned Face. Keen Intelligence versus Eyebrow Hordes. I still can't take that seriously, but just put his strength a little bit, guys. Alright, so our final match. Here we go. The Velociraptor starts the match with a number 2 attack. The Zuniceratops strikes with a number 6 move. The Velociraptor goes for a number 3 attack as the Zuniceratops strikes with another number 6. He is not showing any mercy in this fight. The Velociraptor goes for a number 4, and the Zuniceratops falls behind. A Ceratopsian versus a Theropod, guys. This is a really cool fight. This Velociraptor goes for a number 1. The Zuniceratops steps it up. That's 3 for the Zuniceratops so far. Velociraptor goes for another number, a new number 5 score, and takes down the Zuniceratops. That's 2 for the Velociraptor. The Velociraptor strikes with 1, losing his strength as the Zuniceratops gains the upper hand. That's 4 for the Zuniceratops. Will he take this one, guys? The Velociraptor goes for another number 5, and the Zuniceratops finishes him off with a mass extinction move. That is it for the Velociraptor, guys. And there you have it, folks. It seems the Zuniceratops is our next Dino Battle Champion. He is the first champion of this season, Season 1. Alright, guys, be sure to check back with us next time for our next round of Season 2. I am Maltrick Raven, and I'm your host. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with us. This is Dino Battle Championship, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.